As a mom who's also chasing new goals as an agency founder, most mornings can pretty much always sound the same. Coffee machines going off in the corner or screams of dada, never mama. If you have a little baby in the house, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You've watched me cry in other blog episodes. I talk about how overwhelming motherhood can feel. And I've really been determined to find a way of escape, a way that makes this feel all the more seamless. Because although tough days do exist, there's multiple compounding actions that can come together to make us less overwhelmed so that you can show up for yourself in the ways that you need to. I'll be sharing with you all the ways that I make my dreams count and show up for myself. Hi, I'm Sasha. I'm 33 years old. I'm a wife, mother, and entrepreneur, and I'll be sharing my journey as I navigate all these roles. Welcome to the Mompreneur series.
Suddenly, the world I used to know, I see it differently. You woke me from a dream, now here's reality. Baby, baby, you are really hurting me. 'Cause every time you tell me I look good and that I'm doing fine, but nothing ever changes. And now I see, baby, you are hurting me. Stuck in repeat. Stop lying. I know you're playing your part, but baby, it's breaking my heart. How could I know if you don't need me? Just let me know.
They say when the baby sleeps, you sleep. But whoever they are, definitely never had emails waiting, content to schedule, or a business to run from the kitchen table, all while keeping a tiny human happy. These days, my me time doesn't look like bubble bath or spa days. It looks like get it done by whatever means necessary. Laptop open, coffee in hand, and a baby monitor right beside me. Motherhood has changed the pace of my days, but not my purpose. I'm learning that the balance isn't about doing it all, it's about doing what matters most. That's why I swear by my to-do list. They keep me focused, grounded, and realistic about what actually fits into my day. Because when I sit down at my desk, I already know what needs my attention and what can wait. Some days I check off every box. Other days, just keeping my baby smiling is the win. Either way, I'm learning to show up fully for her, for my business, and for myself. Being a mompreneur means that I have to maximize my time anytime my baby is asleep, anytime I'm away from my baby, so I can zero in, lock in, and focus. And this is how I balance building my business. First things first, have a to-do list. I'm not the most organized person. I do try and create a weekly schedule for myself, but honestly, as of right now, I'm just living day to day. So I put down a to-do list of things that I need to do, things that I want to do, and things that I need to get done. I now realize that that means that I won't get every single thing done, but what I need to do is prioritize the top 3 items that must get done in that day in order for me to feel productive. So today, my to-do list, I will literally show you, had to do with a lot of different things. And as you can see, I've checked off 3 items here that I need to get done. And honestly, my anxiety has gone way down. There's this little window right after I wrap up work, but before I convince myself to call it a night, it's quiet, peaceful, the kind of calm that feels like the end of a movie. And if you're anything like me, you're tempted to fade to black right there. Tell yourself, I'll handle it tomorrow. But let's be honest, tomorrow already has enough on its plate. So instead of ending the movie, why not add one more scene? One that sets you up for an easier tomorrow. If the baby's asleep and I've got 20 minutes, I'm making them count. Because if I'm going to be up at midnight, it might as well be for my dreams and not just TikTok scrolling. We're back from work. We've ended this day. You know, it's moments like this, like moments of stillness like this, where I can like take time to think and just kind of like hear my own thoughts. Sometimes it's a little bit overwhelming and I have to kind of like dissect what it is that I'm trying to focus on. And just to go to our last point that we had before about prioritizing what's important, even with that being said, there's still so many things that wind around in your head. So this is a constant effort to make things as harmonious as possible,
and seamless as possible at the end of the day. And I, would say all the time before I had my daughter that like I can't be consistent with my content. I have a lot of stuff going on. And at the end of the day, you're always going to have things going on. So I feel like the second tip as a mompreneur, a baddie, someone who's focused on creating a space and a table for themselves, not a seat at the table, a table for themselves, you have to stop making excuses. Right now, I am reviewing a YouTube video. And once I'm done with that, I hope it's about 8 o'clock. I hope to be done with the rest of my content. Truthfully and transparently, I have been slacking on it. I've just been like, no, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'm going to do it now. Because like I mentioned before, when I have these moments of silence, I have to maximize it, whether it's do something for myself or do something that I have committed myself to. The best thing that you can do for yourself to better yourself is to stop making excuses. Like that quote where it's like, pick your heart. Pick your heart. It's hard to, I feel sit in the bed and be like, I should go to the gym, because then you have all these feelings of like regret and just like, I should be doing this. Like, stop making excuses, but also be realistic with yourself and set realistic expectations and also reasonable goals. It's 8 o'clock right now. I need to edit probably about 2 or 3 short form videos and schedule like a couple static posts. It's Friday night. It's feasible and I need to get it done. And it's just simple as that. We've got about, by the time this video comes out, we've got, just not that much time before the end of the year. And I don't say that because I'm, saying rush. I'm saying that so that, you make these days count, and then start to think about, what are you going to do next year? How are you going to change things? How are you going to make things better? How are you going to challenge yourself? And you're not going to do that while you're sitting over here making excuses. So we're going to spend the rest of this night editing and getting things done. This is how I get things done. I get things done when my babies go to sleep. It is what it is. I think I've mentioned before that I'm not really an advocate of sleep when you're, you can sleep when you're dead. No, you need sleep. You need time to reset and tap in and, give your mind a break and, have a sabbatical or whatever it is that you need to do to reset. But I am an advocate for push yourself, challenge yourself. I'm a 5 a.m. Pilates girly. Okay, so then you can be, a 2 a.m. get this work done girly. You know what I mean? Like, you can get this work done. So at this time, my daughter has been getting up. Oh, Lord, she has been getting up around 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock or whatever. She's having some food aversions are going on right now. And everything in me is like, I need to go to sleep so that I can get my rest and be ready for that. I could do that, but I'm not going to. Push yourself. Challenge yourself to be better. How are you? And it's like anything that ends up happening to you is happening for you, and it's molding you and shaping you for the next level. So if you don't challenge yourself to do that now, how are you going to be prepared for that thing that it is that you want to do? And everybody has their thing. Everybody is not good at everything. You have that thing, you have that thing that you are more of an expert at. And then of course there's other things that you're good at, but there's that one thing that's your thing. And if you don't spend time to cultivate and take care of that thing, how is it going to get any better? And you're sitting over here talking about it and you're wasting time. You're quite frankly getting on my nerves.
After all is said and done, there's a different kind of magic that shows up at the end of the week. The kind that doesn't ask for productivity or performance, just presence. Because when you've worn the CEO hat all week, balanced nap schedules, deadlines, diapers, launch plans, there has to be a space where you exhale. For me, that space is about being around people who get it. The ones who remind me who I am outside of all the hard work. The ones who know that, girl, I'm tired, can be a whole conversation. That kind of community, that kind of peace, that's where I refuel. If this moment, this breath, this laughter is all you've been looking forward to all week, that's okay. Because balance doesn't always come from a planner. Sometimes it's just knowing when to pause, when to breathe, and when to be here. Life isn't about perfect balance. It's a circle. And every day, we just do our best to be intentional with the part we're standing in.